And welcome back to WDEF News 12. This morning is Friday, so that means it's time for How Does Your Garden Grow? Tim Holcomb joining us from the Holcomb Garden Center at 756-1212 is how you can call and get in contact with them right now. We're answering your gardening and lawn questions again right now at 756-1212. And as always, good to see you. And before we get to the callers here, real quickly, you've got a couple classes that are coming up.
Well, tonight at Hickson, we have a How to Grow Beautiful Roses class. Tomorrow morning at Fort Overthorpe, we have a How to Grow a Beautiful Lawn class. And it's spring. This next week coming up, it's time to get out and work in the yard.
That's true. It's time to start thinking about planning ahead, too. So let's go to our callers. Our first one is Jimmy. Good morning to you, Jimmy.
The question is about how to grow really good onions.
Okay, sir. Well, you're at the time to plant them, actually. And the key to growing good onions, if you want green onions, plant them deep. You'll have a large white section or red section, depending on the kind you plant. If you want large onions, though, you need to plant them shallow to allow them to grow big and large. The soil around here tends to be too hard to let them get very big. And feed them well, because onions actually do need food. If you plant them and just say good luck and let them struggle, they tend to be a little hot.
And of course, I just have to, since the question came in almost timing, you've also got onion sets and bulbs that you can start putting in pretty soon.
As soon as the ground gets dry enough, you can start planting these and enjoying the fruits of your labor very soon.
Very timely question there. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Our next caller is Carol. Good morning to you, Carol.
Good morning.
Hi.
We have a question about our knockout roses.
Yes,
Sounds like we need to attend that class. They're very leggy when they grow during the summer. We usually cut them back in February.
Okay.
So what do we need to do?
Well, typically you cut them back in March. It's just the best time to do it because you're past the major dangers of freezing back. But you can trim them back anytime in the summer if they get a little leggy or long. If you cut them back heavy, it'll take them about 4 to 5 weeks to start blooming again. But if you just shape them up occasionally, they'll never stop blooming all the way to November. The main thing is keep feeding them, and they'll keep blooming.
Jerry joining us now on the phone lines. Good morning to you, Jerry.
Yes, I've got a question for Tim, please.
Yes, sir.
I burn wood in my fireplace, and I was wondering, would it hurt anything to put the ashes around any of my flowers?
Well, I wouldn't just put it around them. If you have a vegetable garden, you can scatter it over the garden and till it in. There's not a lot of food value to ash, but it will help just loosen up the soil. Just to sprinkle it around flowers, if you do it lightly, it's not going to hurt anything, but you're not going to get benefit from it either.
Linda joining us now. Good morning to you, Linda. Hello, I think we lost Linda. We're going to go to our next caller. Good morning to you, caller.
Yes, Brian. Is it me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's sort of off the wall, but all of my hardwood trees are turning black. It's done grows from the ground about 5 foot up. What can I do about that?
You're talking about the bark of the trees turning black?
Right.
Okay, typically that's a mold of some type getting on it. Either you have a sap getting on it. Many times if there's insects on the leaves, they will excrete kind of a honeydew, and anything under that tree will get kind of a black mold on it. If that's the case, there is a drench you can pour around the tree this spring, and it will take care of any insects that may be on the tree for the summer. See if it'll wash off or wipe off, and if it is, it's just a black mold. Not necessarily harmful to the tree, just unsightly. Jerry
joining us. Good morning to you, Jerry.
This is Jimmy calling again.
Yes, sir.
I want to know if you knew an effective way to keep deer out of the garden without the use of a shotgun.
Well, there are a lot of deer repellents. We have one called liquid fence that works very well. You put it around, and certainly it works by scent and sometimes by taste, because they are going to sample some food. And if they get hungry enough, they're going to come in anyway. But typically the liquid fence does a very good job.
All right, once again, we're answering your gardening questions this morning at 756-1212. And the kind of question that I have is, it's kind of like the lull of the season, if you will. But what can we do? Because you can still be very active.
Well, you need to get out in the yard. Even though the lawns don't look like they're actively growing, the roots are starting to. If you'll feed them and put out your preventers this time of year, that'll benefit you. As soon as the ground gets dry enough to plow or till the garden, you can get the vegetable garden ready and start planting some things. And flowers can use a good dose of fertilizer. If you have pansies, they're ready to burst forth for spring, and just sprinkle them with some food.
And of course, we've got some great classes coming up as well. We're going to put the information on your screen here. You're more than welcome to contact the Holcomb Garden Center. Remember, he's got 2 different locations, one in Fort O and one in Hickson. And the classes tonight And tomorrow will be in Hickson, right?
Tonight at 7 o'clock in Hickson, tomorrow 10 o'clock in Fort Overthorpe.
And, of course, the easiest way to find out all the information and also to sign up on a weekly newsletter is to go to their website, holcombgc.com. And there is a look at their website. And, again, more information about their hours and also information about their upcoming classes. And we certainly appreciate you stopping by and helping us out.
It's good to be here.
All right, folks, we're going to take a short break. We've got a lot more to come here on WDEF News 12 this morning. We'll be right back.